Okay, so we're looking at a way of working combinations where it's not, at least you're not prescribing the exact punches, it's more about the number of punches. When you get up into higher level boxing, you don't talk as much about specific punches. It's sort of like playing music with other musicians who know what they're doing. You don't get down to the rudiments of playing the instrument. You talk more about rhythm. You talk more about that kind of interplay. So when you talk about, in this case, we're throwing out two numbers. And I'm going to throw that number of punches, the first number, and then I'm going to defend against one punch, and then I'm going to come back with the second number of punches, just in volume, that many punches. And he's got to have a feel for what would come, say, from here would be a hook or an uppercut. And he can actually feed a mitt to where it can accommodate both. He doesn't have to know what I'm going to throw. That I can uppercut it, or he can read my body language at the last second and tilt it. Yeah, he can tell if it's going to be uppercut, or if it's a hook, or if it's an ascending hook. So he can sort of fudge the angle a little bit, and it makes it work. So if I were to throw out a combination like 2-3, remember it's not a cross hook. We're not talking about the number of the punch, 2 being cross, 3 being hook. We're talking about 2 punches, defending, followed by 3 punches and then reposition. So that's the idea. And as you do it, you really do feel like you're playing a rhythm. Like there's a different feeling to just a 4-1, 4 punches followed by defense and then 1 punch. Or 2-3, 2 punches and then 3 coming back. Boom, 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 boom. You know, it begins to sound and feel like music. And so boxers talk a lot about rhythm. And then it lends itself to how you stand and move too. There's a rhythm to movement. There's short rhythm and long rhythm. Long rhythm is just back and forth. Lends itself more to jabs and crosses, sort of like Muhammad Ali. Short rhythm is side to side. That's more like Joe Frazier. That's why their fights were so amazing to watch. 3 amazing fights they had because they had such contrasting styles, short rhythm versus long rhythm. Okay, so these are the things these sort of higher order understandings of boxing, the way of looking at what's going on in terms of rhythm. And you want to come back to rhythm, come back to arrhythmic attack, broken rhythm, half-beat timing, as a way to get past an opponent. But we have to first establish rhythm in the first place before we can break it. So this is part of a longer-term plan of building you up as a boxer who's crafty and who can apply tactics, not just straight punches in straight rhythm, but tactics to get past their defense by varying your timing. Okay, so this starts with this action. All right, so if I had 2-2, okay, so I came in, there's a classic 1-2 weave 2-3. It might be 3-2. In which case I might be here. He sees right away I'm going to go for a hook. 3-2-3, I block, and I come back. 2-3. So that was heavy on hooks. 3-2-3 block, 2-3. But that, by this other method of identifying it, that's a 3-2 combination. All right. Okay, so there's a way of putting it together. It makes it more fresh, it makes it more alive, and it reduces the amount of talking about exactly what you're throwing. That's really for either a trainer introducing a boxer to a brand new combination where you just say, okay, do this, 1-1-2, and then do this and come back. Or just boxing among beginners. But we got to raise you up to where you don't really need to talk about exactly what you're going to throw. The feeder can tell, he can read your body language, and you can read his.